It's county fair time, and our cow is not happy being away from his goats and horses. Those aren't your goats, Steak.
The young man that's going to win champion today was a young man that I really appreciated on his turn. I asked the young individuals to come and walk towards me and then turn and head out this way and come back around. And what they don't know is because I'm a father, I have this weird eye that can watch one way and the other eye watches the other, right? So I pay attention as they're coming around the ring to how they maneuver. And this young man just really did a nice job. The Dolly wanted to be off square a lot, but he was always setting feet. He was always aware of where I was. He was off in front of her. Just did a really nice job showing her today and deserves that grand champion hole in my mind. So let's give him a round of applause. The young lady was running the moon spotted Dolly in here, and second as our reserve champion. Did a really, really great job. Maybe the goat wanted to be a little bit more difficult as far as partnership today, and maybe wasn't stuck into that square as much, but she really worked her way up to the top and keeping going and showing really hard, and I really appreciate her doing that. Appreciated her presence and her turns as well around the ring. We have the next young lady here that's got the Mini La Mancha. We have La Manchas at our house. My wife is crazy about them, but I'm a little less crazy about them than my wife, but right, happy wife, happy life. So we have La Manchas. And I really appreciate the way that this young lady has got her. our champion milk animal today is going to be the Mini La Mancha here. The young lady's done a really nice job exhibiting her. If you really study this goat, you really appreciate the dairy qualities that she possesses. She's very correct in her structure, she's wide in her base, she's very, very deep in her barrel and her overall chest capacity there, all the way through that flank, which comes into the ability for her to eat, to ruminate, and to put that nutrition into that milk. She expresses that a good top line. If there was something that we might be critical of, we might want her to elevate just a hair in her hooks and her pins. I think overall balance and eye appeal really put her into a complete package today to win the Grand Champion slot. We come into two more Nubian-based dolings here, and it comes to really personal preference. As I look at the moon-spotted doling that's going to take the reserve champion slot, I think that she just has a lot more balance and overall completeness as we put her together from the ground up. Her depth of bone, her structural correctness, all those things that we're looking at as we evaluate up tend to be just a little bit more in favor for me today than maybe the doe that'll round out the class. But this is nevertheless a doeling that I really think is going to go far as she starts to produce. We round out the class with the young men's doeling who wins her yearling class outright and has a really nice quality doeling there. If I could change anything about her, I'd really like to maybe take and balance out her feet and leg structures just a little bit, straighten them out a little bit as she walks on those hooves, and just give her a little bit more depth and width to that mindset of her feet based upon the overall shape of body that she has. I do really appreciate her spring rib and the depth that she has in her flank, and I think she's going to be a great doing doeling. Just one that in the class today just maybe didn't have all the right parts and pieces as far as balance, and that's being really nitpicky to compete with those ahead of her. A really nice championship drive of dairy goats. Let's give these guys all a big round of applause for a job well done.
We showed goats today, and now they're real tired. Evidently Anne is queen, so she sleeps on top. And Dan, and you can't really see Lily, but she's in there too. And then Logan's in here to be a good protector doggy. Hi, Logan. Yeah, you're a good boy. He shows on Friday. Good job.
shows the diversity of what's being raised here in the county. And we've got some great kids here that are raising some great cattle. We won't talk much about the cattle, even though I could. I really like this little heifer this young man has. That's a really cool looking beef heifer. The dairy heifer that this young lady has is a really cool dairy heifer. The steer's got some really cool parts and pieces. And then we got zebras, and they're awesome too. So I think these kids are doing a good job. I think there's one showman today, as far as the grand champion, that really stood out to me, that was using all of their tools correctly and always had their calf set and squared or on a scissored stance when they needed to. And I was really, really that's our grand champion here, that's really used her show stick well and really gets that little zebu calf set up right. The thing that I love the most about watching this class is I think that little zebu, Nacho Average Cow, isn't that his name? Yeah, okay. I asked for names of some of the contestants. And anyway, he's got a little bit of an attitude, and it's kind of fun to watch her. She sets those feet, he kind of gives her the 1-2, but she sticks with him and has done a really nice job. I appreciate her using that stick and keeping him calm and moving those feet. She's done a really nice job. Our reserve champion's going to go to the lady here, a young lady here on the very end.
Woo!
She's done a really nice job getting this steer calf set up. If I could, I want her to use that stick just a little bit more in moving and calming him to keep him a little bit more calm and set, just a part of that showmanship technique. But she's done a really nice job in the class there. Our grand and reserve champions did really, really well today. Now, as we go down the line, we got a young lady here that has got a calf that I can tell she probably has fallen asleep with in the barn. I mean, this calf is broke. She's done a nice job getting her ready to come to the show today. I'd just like to maybe see her using the show stick a little bit more so we can get those feet set just correct enough to be able to be a little bit more competitive today. We're going to go out here, we're going to award first and seconds based upon their age divisions as well, but again, let's give them all a good round of applause for coming through this class today. All right, we have a really nice quality class for our bucket calves. Let's give these exhibitors a round of applause. I'm going to go out and award these ribbons really quickly, and then we'll talk about why they've placed the way they have and congratulate them with a round of applause.
They're beef nuts.
We're going to start the class off with the young man's Angus Influence heifer calf. This is a calf that really you appreciate structurally as well as her overall potential as far as what her breed characteristics are. She's just really sound and really good. I think the young man's done a nice job raising her at this point. I think that she's going to really do him a good job as far as raising good beef cattle in the future. Young lady in second is going to be our Eric heifer. This is a heifer that you really appreciate from the side profile. You really appreciate the top line and the overall balance that she possesses. If I could change just a little bit on that calf, I'd really like to widen her out as far as her structural base is concerned, especially on her rear wheels. For her breeding characteristics and things that she's going to need to do as far as a milk producing animal, we'd really like to see that hind set just a little wider, a little straighter. The young lady that's going to round out the class, great job raising him. Maybe just isn't as balanced as the calves ahead of him in the class today. Tends to be a little bit heavier on the front end and lacks just a little bit of that overall depth in that flank and into that lower stifle region as far as overall appearance and structure is concerned, but nevertheless, the young lady has done a really nice job exhibiting the class. A really nice, well put together class of bucket calves have been well cared for by the young exhibitors. Again, let's give them a round of applause.